Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday. This is Forrest out in St. Louis. Hopefully you're having a wonderful week. Yeah, that's just my iPhone telling me that I'm syndicating this out to my other channels, over to my other Facebook pages and Periscope and my two YouTube channels. So they're all popping up there. You have a me YouTube channel, which I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that right now, but I'm just pushing the videos to it. Then I have the XTRM YouTube channel, which is the one primarily for the brand that all these are getting pushed to. So I'm thinking my me YouTube channel may just end up being more of a storage place to put all these videos. I may go in there and just make them all private and just to keep them there as a safe place for saving until later. Anyway, so video marketing week, day number 3. I'm gonna go over 25 tips of video marketing. Now, to be very, very clear, I'm gonna do 2 segments of video marketing. There's video marketing in which I'm doing right now, and I'm gonna talk about the sort of really brief one for network marketers. And then I'm gonna go over 25 tips of just general video marketing for more maybe an entrepreneur, general business owner, somebody like that that's actually got a brand. They're marketing their brand, they're marketing their business, they're a real estate agent, a plumber, a doctor, a lawyer, whatever. So I'm gonna go over both sides. So very, very quickly, very quickly on the network marketing side. One, as you're doing your video marketing, the one thing that you want to do is you want to be able to, and there's so much, I've got so much in my head. I'm going to keep it really simple for you guys. I'm going to keep it really simple for you. If you're brand new, if you're going to do lives brand new, one thing that you do not want to talk about is what your product is, because people do not care. So, hey, Jennifer, thanks for swinging by. So when you're doing video marketing, of course, the first thing you need to do is have a really good headline. And sometimes you don't know what it is. Sometimes you need to, what I like to do with headlines, I've actually got this really cool headlines and prospecting, persuasive headlines and titles book that I got from Rank Makers that I really like. But in a headline, what you do, if you're not sure if it's a good headline, write it out, then take it and put it into Google's and hit the search button and see what shows up. And if you get a ton of results and you get a ton of searches and you get a ton of results, it's probably a good headline. There's probably a lot of people looking for the keywords in that headline. Another thing that you can do is you actually create what we call a keyword phrase. In other words, it's a really popular search for phrase to use that as a headline. We're not going to get in a headline talking right now because it's a whole nother training lesson that'll absolutely blow your mind in terms of if you're going to talk to a green, a yellow, or red personality type in your headline. Depending on where you want to go with your headline, what kind of audience you want to attract. That's like really deep down into copywriting stuff. That's just like we can talk about that for days and hours and hours. I love it. And it gets really into the psychology of what people do to stop the scroll. So when you're actually creating a headline, you want to get people that are on Facebook. Remember, people are not sitting in their Facebook timeline waiting for you to pop up and go live unless you're super famous and people just love watching you. I'm not. So I've got to do something that's going to get people to stop the headline, stop the scroll, create value, and not have to sit here and talk all night long. So first of all, it's going to be your headline when you're doing video marketing. And this, I'm talking to the network marketer right now. So you need to have a good headline that's going to talk about your topic. The next thing you need to do, of course, is you need to intro yourself, which I'm going to do right now. Hello, my name is Forrest. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a social media marketing strategist. I love helping people succeed on mission, online on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators and make an extreme impact and create legacy. So that's who I am. So of course I would intro myself, and then my first question would be, hey, would you like to learn how to succeed online with video marketing? That would be my question to you. That's what this title, that's what this entire 7-day series is about, is video marketing. So I do that, and of course I go on my content, which I sort of started talking about. So I've got my headline, I've got my intro, I've got my question, then I'm going to have my content in the video that I'm going to talk about. I'm going to go through the content and talk about, that's what I'm talking about right now is the content. Then at the end, I'm going to have a call to action. Now in this, hey Bobby, I need to know if you're going to be available for that interview too on next Friday. I think it's in our accountability group. Make sure you check that out for me and see if you can plug it in. I'd really appreciate it, because you're the only one that hasn't raised their hand and said I want to be interviewed. I'd love to interview you. So that would be like next Friday, I think at like 10:15 or something like that in the evening. Anyway, let me know. Back to commercial interruption. Back to where I'm at. So what was I saying? So your headline, your intro, your question, your content, and then your call to action. Now, this is your network marketing part of this. You're never going to talk about your business. You're never going to bring up your brand name. The whole point of the video is to talk about, you're not talking about what your product is. And nobody cares if your product is CBD oil. They really don't. What they care about is what it does for you. I did a post about chocolate cake, and I love chocolate. For those of you that know, I can put, when I go to like Dairy Queen, I get like chocolate ice cream with chocolate fudge, with chocolate everything. It's like a chocolate. I'm trying to go into a chocolate coma when I eat chocolate. I love it. And the moral of the story there is, if you have chocolate, you don't have to sell it to me. All you have to do is just say chocolate, and I'm like, huh? That's me. You don't have to tell me where it was made. You don't have to tell me how it was made. I'm going to try it. And there's some good chocolate out there. There's really good chocolate, and there's really crappy chocolate, but I'm going to try all of it. And if it's bad, I'm probably not going to eat it. If it's really good, and I don't like white chocolate. It's just, yeah, that's just doesn't make sense. White chocolate. That's, that's like dark sunshine. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Anyway, so coming back to what I was talking about. So when you're talking about marketing and your call to action, you need to talk about what your product, what your product solves, not what it is, right? So when you're talking about your product, say for example, you have CBD oil. I don't even know if people are still marketing that or not, but I know it's out there somewhere. So let's say you have CBD oil. Nobody cares what your CBD oil is. They don't care about the ingredients. They don't care what kind of hemp it was grown on. They really don't care. All they care is about is what is it going to do for me? In my Janet Jackson voice, what have you done for me lately, right? So what does your CBD oil do for somebody? Does it help relieve joint pain? Does it help get shinier teeth? Does it help have better brain functions? What is it that your CBD oil does for somebody? I'm not talking about cures, so we can't talk about that because that's illegal. But what is it? What is the problem you're looking to solve? So if you have your product and you know it solves a certain problem, you need to talk to that problem. You need to come up with 10 tips on how to blah, 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 blah. Just for example, the headline in this live, 25 tips for effective video marketing, or great video marketing, something like that. I don't remember the exact title, but it's 25 tips. And I've got them over here, and I'm going to share them with you. I'm probably going to go through the first 10, and I'll let you ask for the second half of that. I may go through all of them because I've got a really cool post that I'd really love to share with you. I got to tell you what it is. It is actually called, that is not it. Where did it go? Give me a second. Best times to post on social media. It's an infographic. I'm going to give that as my call to action. So for those of you that want the best times to share on social media infographic, shoot me a private message. I'll get that to you here right after the live, but you got to shoot me a private message. Very, very cool. It might give you an idea on when to post and when you should do your lives, and maybe get a little bit more impact on those. And of course, if you're like me, you schedule your lives around your regular 9-to-5 job, and the infographic probably won't matter to you anyway, but give you some insight on some times that are available better than others. So that's your network marketing side. So you're going to have your title. You're going to have your intro, who you are. You're going to have your question that you want to focus on based on the title. You're going to have your content based on the title and what you're going to talk about. Then you're going to have a call to action, right? So you're going to have your call to action. You're not going to talk about your brand name. You're not going to talk about your company. You're not going to talk about any of that kind of stuff. You're going to provide solutions and value based on stuff. And it doesn't always have to be about your product or service. For example, I was talking to one of my coaching clients this morning, and she had a really cool life experience. And I said, well, why don't you share that? Why don't you talk about that and come up with some tips to help people that might go through that same experience, right? I was talking to one of my teammates last night on our accountability call that we do late at night, and she's going through a similar process. So she's going to get on and she's going to do some lives talking about what's going on with her, so she can have some relatability and maybe impact somebody's life based on that. So it doesn't always have to be about your product when you're doing video marketing. One of my favorite peoples I like to watch in video marketing is Marie Frolio. I think is how you say her name. I love watching her channel. She's just very, very cool, and how she sets it all up, and her intros and all the kind of stuff that she does, and how she talks to the camera and the different backgrounds. Very, very neat. I like to turn the volume down on her lives and just watch how she moves through the camera and watch how she sets and and watch the intros and the outros and the fade ins and the fade outs and where the camera looks and where the lighting's at. It's just me. I'm a geek like that, and I love doing that kind of stuff. That's why you see different backgrounds up here behind me. And I'm just bummed because I sort of got this glow around my head because I've got a green screen behind me. So I need to get me a really cool, I'm gonna mount, I've got a desk up here, you can't see it, but I'm probably gonna get me a fluorescent, it's called like a daylight fluorescent lamp, but I'm probably gonna put up here. It's gonna glow up and it'll give me more light on the front, so it'll relieve some of the glow. When you're doing green screens, as a tip, never put a light behind you or directly above your head, because then it gives you like this little halo effect. It makes it look like you're fading into the video. So always have your lighting like out front of you and be very, very well lit, so the backdrop looks like a backdrop and you not have this funky glow. So you see like this little glow around my sleeve. That's because I need more lighting out in front. So that was a video marketing tip there for you. So the 25 video marketing tips here real quick. Let's jump into these. Have effective video. Don't have junk behind you. I mean, there's so many tips. It's like tip after tip after tip. If you can do a green screen, I actually painted the wall up here with what they call chromo green paint. I got it from Home Depot. If you feel like you just want to paint your wall, shoot me a message, call me or something. I'll get you the paint code for it. It's called chromo green. They can make it at, and you can paint the wall, or you can just go buy a green screen. I think they're like 50 or 60 bucks to put up behind you to do this stuff. But I've got my wall all the way over here painted around the corner, so I could have a lot of room for my green screen. So enough on the green screens. So first tip when video marketing, and again, these tips are for business marketers. If you have a business, a boutique like my wife has, a t-shirt business, a plumbing business, a dentistry business, an attorney business, a roofing business, these are more tips for you. Or maybe you're just an online YouTuber type kind of person like my daughter. She was doing hair, and she had like she had like 45,000 subscribers on her YouTube channel or something like this. She's a true just beast on social media. Now she's got one that she does. She's empowering women, which is absolutely a really, really cool channel that she's got up. If you haven't seen the interview I did with her, I want to say it was like 3 Thursdays ago, go check out that interview. She's bad to the bone marketer online. She's just very, very cool. So tips for creating a marketing video. And these are true marketing videos for a brand. This isn't for network marketers. So network marketers, turn this off. And if you have a business outside of your network marketing, these tips will probably work for you. First, tell a story. Instead of being over salesy, an effective video tells a story. As in Digital Marketing Institute notes, businesses should utilize the emotive power of video by appealing to their customers' needs and desires. I actually talked about that a little earlier, right? You're talking about solving a problem for them. Make sure the introduction stands out. You have a fun introduction. What are you going to talk about? And you'll notice this. If you watch news channels at all, and you watch them go through the segments, that's exactly what they do, and they overhype it, I call it. A little like, how are you unlikely to click on an email if you're not inspired by the subject line? So have a good title. We talked about that. And we're moving into that. Creating a stimulating title. Make sure it stimulates you, right? By the same token, if your video title should be stimulating and eye-catching in order to grab the views. Now, when you're doing titles, YouTube, you can't do all caps. You can't do things like that. So just do normal case types in your title, something that makes sense, that's going to work. Home Depot green paint. Yeah, it's called chromo green. It's and Jen, if you really want that, shoot me a private message and I'll get you. I've got the paint code saved in my phone, and I actually take a picture of the top of the paint can. It might actually be up here somewhere, and I can take a picture for you and get that to you. It's really cool. You can paint the wall green, and it's like green, like ridiculously green. Let's see, where do we go? Create a stimulating title. Number 3, focus on the mission and less on the product. Remember what I said, nobody cares what your product is, they care what it does. Instead of being overly focused on the product and all its benefits, channel the message of the video into the mission of the product. Absolutely. Don't be boring, right? Don't it's like, hi, my name is Ferris Bueller, and I'm just so excited. Have fun, be exciting, talk loud, use your voice tones and use inflections so people will listen to you, and you can move in and you can move out. Have fun. I talk with my hands a lot of times. Looks like I'm baking a cake sometimes. Don't be boring. Nobody wants to watch a boring video. My daughter, she's just like got constant outside voice, but she's very attractive on video. And when she does her photos, she's got an natural eye for photos and video. She's really good. Just keep talking about her. She's probably gonna hear me. Get a little bit risque, have some fun. While too much naughty content is unlikely to do credibility to your business, just have fun. You don't have to be just nasty or gross. Just have fun with what you're doing online. Make it mobile friendly. Make sure when you do your videos that somebody can watch them either way on their phone, whether it's horizontal or vertical. Make sure that their video. Most software nowadays automatically converts it so it fits fine. But just make sure you're doing something that's mobile friendly, that's going to work for people. Think about SEO, search engine optimization. Now here's a trick. When you're doing Google, if you're putting Google, when you're pushing your titles up to YouTube, probably not as much on Facebook because it's a private. You've got to log in to see Facebook videos. But anything that's going to be a public video, like out on YouTube, where you can watch a YouTube video without having to be subscribed to the channel, you can just watch it anywhere. So when you're doing your SEO, you want to make sure, and this is where you can get really deep. You can really do a deep dive into search engine optimization, keyword phrases, keyword tags, sentence titles, and all that kind of stuff, so that you may, and you don't want to keyword stuff. Keyword stuffing is basically when you go out and you find a bunch of keywords and you just stuff them in your description. Well, Google's going to give you the finger on that one, so you definitely don't want to do that. So quite simply, Google loves video content, and an effective video marketing campaign should search engine optimization, keep search engine optimization in mind. So when you're doing your videos, whether you're doing it on the Vimeo channel or you're doing it on YouTube, wherever you're doing it and it's public, even if you're going to push the video over to say like LinkedIn. Now LinkedIn, you can't do more than 10 minutes on a video that you push up, and hopefully I get approved someday for a LinkedIn Live. That would be so freaking awesome. Anyway, coming back to what I was saying, your SEO, so your title, your subject, your keyword phrase. You can't just put random tags in a YouTube video for something that doesn't have anything to do with the content of the YouTube video. YouTube right now actually has a transcribe feature, so that it'll actually transcribe what you talked about. And it's a little bit clunky. I know Siri can never understand a word I'm saying. I don't know if I talk with a slur or something like this a lot. I don't know what it is. But anyway, YouTube will actually transcribe what you talk about. So you can take that transcription and you can put it in the description, and then you go in and have to edit a little bit and make sure it makes sense, because there's going to be some words that obviously is not what you said, but you go in and transcribe it. Or if you'd like, you can actually hire somebody from Fiverr to come in and transcribe. And I think it's like $10 for 30 minutes or something. It's pretty affordable. And they'll come in and transcribe your audio for you, and then you can take that and you can add it. Now watch this. This is a pro tip. You can take that transcribed text that you put in the description of your YouTube video. This is going to blow you guys away. It's so cool. So you've got your title, right? You've got your video. You've got your transcribed text. You've got your keyword tags that match the content you talked about, right? You've got all that put in there. One thing I would also suggest you do if you're doing YouTube videos is put your personal name and put your phone number in there. And I would use a business phone number, something that's maybe not your mobile number, but put your name, your mobile number, and the city that you're in every single time, on every single tag, on every single video. What happens is when you start to do that on a regular basis, YouTube recognizes, like, oh, Forrest just posted another YouTube video. Oh, Forrest just posted another YouTube video. Now you take this video, watch this. Now you take this video and you're going to put it in a blog, because you've got a blog for your business, right? Whatever your plumbing business is, your doctor business, or whatever business that you have, and you take that YouTube video and you put it on your blog page. You put the video up there. You already got all the content transcribed. You put the title up there to exactly match what you have on YouTube. It's going to exactly match. You're going to go through and you're going to do all the tagging. You're going to set your page up and you hit publish, and boom, you've just now created a link share back to your YouTube channel using your YouTube video and using the video that you just did with all the information that's transcribed there. So now you've got another point of contact, so you don't have to reshare that. So that's a pro tip. I bet Siri could understand your kids. Yeah, probably. Anyway, so I said a lot about SEO, and that's a lot of fun stuff. Maybe we'll talk about some blogging content down the road. I've got so much of that content in my brain, it's scary. Where to go? Include your URL in your video. So it's really cool, and sometimes you can cheat a little bit and put a URL in a video without putting a URL in a video. Sort of see how I did that right there? You see how it's sort of pointing about the little scrolling thing right there, like this, like see that right there? See that? See, I did. I created a hashtag out of my URL, and you can do stuff like that in a YouTube video. What is recommended in the description is that if you have a website, put your actual website link like right at the top of right at the top, very first column. Put your YouTube, put your website link right there at the very top. Then of course do your description of what you want to talk about. Put any links that you might have to any of the products that might be on your blog in that description. So link share out to wherever that is on your blog. You might have a different blog page if you're talking about a product, and make sure that you take all of your tags in that description, actually put them in the description, and also put the keyword tags and keyword phrases actually in your tags. You probably don't want to do less than 6, and you don't want to do more than 10 or 11 of those in your actual keyword tags. And you can do keyword phrases as well. So just remember, when you're doing those, anytime you hit a comma, that's going to count that as a keyword tag or phrase in that description. That's a whole nother training that we'll get into, talking about YouTube videos and how to set those up. So educate your audience. That's what I'm doing right now. Make the video more atmospheric with music. No, not today, you guys. We're not doing music. The music would be more in something in the background, or maybe an undertone. If you're going to edit it, you'd have some music coming in the background. There's a lot of stuff. Marie Frolio does some really cool stuff, but she has an entire editing team that does her stuff for you. You may not have time to do that if you're a newbie. Use a video content generated by customers. Really, really cool. Maybe you have a testimonial or something that somebody does, and you can share that actually on your YouTube channel as part of that. Or if you have an editing software, you can say, no, by the way, my customer so-and-so submitted this really cool, and you can add that right behind what you're talking about, and it starts to playing on the other side. You can come out and do that on the back side. I use Camtasia as my video editing software, which I really like. If you can get really cheesy and cheap, you can actually do it on your iMovie on your iPad. Include a call to action. Always have 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 a call to action. So in a call to action, what you're going to do in a call to action, of course, is tell people what you want to do at the end of the live. For example, if you want the infographic on the best times to post your videos and your social media, shoot me a private message and I'll get those to you. Now, if you're doing video marketing, your call to action might be download a PDF. Make sure you come by and visit us at our store. We're open this time to this time. Or if you want to order, click the catalog link below to place your order now. Or if you've got 15 minutes to place your order to save X, you're always going to have a call to action at the end of your videos. And of course, some other options here. Take viewers behind the scenes, include tutorial videos, keep them short, which this one is not. Use a professional voice when you're doing your videos. Use micro video apps. There's tons and tons and tons of apps out there for doing videos. Post questions. You want to ask questions. Do you see this valuable? What kind of additional information do you need? Ask questions. Don't be preoccupied with perfection. You don't have to be perfect. Don't forget production quality. Again, that's talking about the lighting and the voice and the sound, and make sure you don't have anything crazy going on in the background. Use videos to help you create your own effective video marketing strategy. Build hype around the launch of your next video. So you definitely want to be here. You know what I am going to do? YouTube. I'm going to walk through a YouTube video tomorrow and show you exactly all the content that I talked about today, and show you how to set that up. And what we'll go ahead and do, since I'm on that topic, I'm going to show you, once we do that video, I'm going to show you how to put it on a blog page, which is going to be absolutely cool. You're going to dig that. So we'll have the entire funnel going for you. So for video marketing, that'll be a lot of fun. So tomorrow is YouTube video day, and then of course the following day we will talk about what I just say, putting the video on a blog and show you how to integrate that into the blog. Really appreciate you. So if you got a lot of value, share your number 1 takeaway, share your number 2 takeaway, share your takeaways below. They don't have to be 1 or 2. Share your takeaways below. If you'd like the infographic on the best times to post on social media, shoot me a private message. Say, I want the infographic on best times to post, so I'll know what the heck you're talking about, and I'll get that out to you right away. I hope you enjoyed this. My name is Forrest. I love you. Jesus loves you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators. Go out, make an extreme impact, and be a legacy creator. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. Now, see, this is where I need outro music.